Before they became the voices that filled churches and stadiums, before the lights, the pulpits, and the worldwide broadcast, some of Nigeria's most famous pastors were just regular men trying to make sense of life. But what they all had in common was a deep turning point, a moment when their lives took a different path, one that led them into full-time ministry. Let's take a look at pastors and what they did before their calling. At number 21, we have Pastor Enoch Adeboye. Long before he became one of the most respected pastors in the world, Enoch Adeboye was a brilliant young boy from a very poor home in Ifewara, Osun State. Adeboye loved numbers and science, and this passion took him to Ilesha Grammar School in 1956. He later went on to study mathematics at the University of Ife, and even though the Civil War disrupted things, he eventually completed his degree in 1967. That wasn't the end. He earned a master's in hydrodynamics and later got his PhD in applied mathematics from the University of Lagos. Before stepping into the ministry, Adeboye was a respected mathematics lecturer, first at the University of Lagos and then at the University of Ilorin. He was known as a no-nonsense academic, deeply committed to teaching and research. But something began to shift in the early 70s. In 1973, he joined a small church called the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCCG, where he served quietly under the founder, Pastor Josiah Akindayomi. By 1977, he was ordained a pastor, and in 1981, after the founder's death, Adeboye became general overseer. At that time, RCCG was a modest church with just a few parishes in Nigeria, but under Adeboye, things exploded. He began teaching holiness, prayer, and divine direction, and his vision to plant RCCG churches within 5 minutes of every home started taking shape. Today, RCCG is in over 186 countries with tens of thousands of parishes worldwide.
Let somebody shout hallelujah.
Next up at number 20, we have Bishop David Oyedepo, who didn't start in a church but with drawing boards and building plans. He was from a family with both Islamic and Christian roots. His father was a Muslim healer while his mother was a devout Christian. Oyedepo studied architecture in Kwara State Polytechnic and later earned a PhD in human development from Honolulu University. In his early working life, he practiced architecture, designing buildings and dreaming of successful projects, but life had something different planned. In 1981, Oyedepo said he received a vision from God, and that moment changed everything. In 1983, he was ordained by Pastor Enoch Adeboye and began his own ministry. He named it Living Faith Church, but it's more famously known today as Winners Chapel. The church began in Kaduna, but by 1989, he had moved to Lagos. From there, things accelerated quickly. Winners Chapel became known for prosperity teachings, healing, and success-driven sermons. In 1999, Oyedepo built the Faith Tabernacle, a 50,000-seat church auditorium in Ota, Ogun State, one of the largest in the world at the time. His background in architecture showed in every detail of the ministry's infrastructure. He also established Covenant University and Landmark University, both among Nigeria's top private institutions. Today, Winners Chapel has over 300 branches around the world and runs a vast network of schools, publishing houses, and even owns aircraft. At number 19, we have Prophet T.B. Joshua, who came from